You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Some time ago I picked up this product called the Game Station. Yeah, they're selling it like Game Station 4, 3, 4 Pi, whatever. But what you're basically going to get in the inside is... Mamma mia! It's a Raspberry Pi! Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about what you're going to get in this kit and is the Raspberry Pi 4 still worth picking up in 2022? Okay, but inside the kit we're going to get our Super Nintendo controllers. I seriously I have no idea why they're doing this. So the controllers are absolutely garbage quality compared with the original one. It comes with, this is like the cheapest quality. And you know, like when you're basically buying something like this and you have like spent a lot of money, especially the Pi is extremely expensive as I'm making this video. And you get a cheap product like this or this horrible plastic controller. So you need to use yourself another one or you need to get yourself a different controller. So that's always like a little bit of a bummer. You do get the special HDMI cable and of course the... we're not going to get ourselves the original one. We do get ourselves the 5V 3 amp. I must say these are not like super bad, but I know they can give some problems in the future. And I'm personally a big fan of the original Raspberry Pi power supplies. So that comes with a very nice Raspberry Pi series, like manual, like explains how everything works, how you need to add games, or you know, like give like some extra explanation with it. So that is pretty damn cool. So let's take a close look. Oh yeah, this is what I call like the Game Station sticker. Yeah, it's just I think it's just a white sticker. It's not like translucent, but they didn't even put the freaking effort on it, like putting that sticker on. I find it kind of laughable. But yeah, the system. Is this the best kind of Pi cooling? I don't know, to be honest. Like, I tested a couple of them and I know this can be an okay cooling solution. But is it the best one? Don't know, to be sure. I know I also have like this CPU cooling thing that you have. The other Raspberry Pi I had comes complete with an, let's say, metal housing for the optimal cooling. But yeah, nevertheless, it would be great maybe to check it out in the future. I love the Raspberry Pi, but this thing has so much cool things that it can play. So let's take a close look at that. Raspberry Pi in short. So what kind of casing are we going to get? Because when it comes to the Raspberry Pi 4, I know this thing has some overheating issues, especially when it comes to the first generation. We have some great options, but how good is this casing? We're not going to do a benchmark, we're just going to do a random chit chat about it. So first of all, I'm very happy to see that we're having an active fan for cooling the elements. And elements, I mean like the heat elements over there. You can see that they are placed underneath on the chip, so it's just like a dual cooling, passive in combination with active cooling. Very pleased to see it. We can still reach the GPIO port. And do like how, I think it's a casing you just can grab from AliExpress. I think it is almost, I'm almost sure. But then overall, I don't know exactly how this casing is called. They call it by different names, but it looks kind of cool in my opinion. So this is what you're going to get. The connections, we're having of course 4 USB connections, the Ethernet port. We have the option to use 2 displays. So what I really like about the Raspberry Pi 4, and of course the input for the power. We're going to get a jack out. Here we're having the CF card. Seems we're going to get the 128GB card inside this machine. But okay, let's get myself a different controller and let's go. Okay, so the system has been booted up. And the first thing that I need to do is configure the controls. It's highly possible with the original one that came with it, I didn't need to do it, but I just am hooking up my Xbox 360 controller. It's just my main controller to go to. And of course the doggy is barking like I'm always going to record something, but nevertheless, let's go on with reconfiguring all of the buttons and just see how it goes. Left shoulder, left, right, and then you're going to press the thumbs. Left, up, down, left, right. And this is very important to do this because with some controllers we're going to need the analog stick like with the N64. Let's press the Xbox controller or the Xbox 360 control button. That's it. I'm always pressing A because I configured A over there. Oh man, super confusing. But okay, everything is set up and we're ready to go. So let's do a quick look of the emulation. What can we do with this? So what I like about the Raspberry Pi in general, that we have a lot of options to play some old school retro games. And maybe a lot of you are already knowing this. But when you're comparing this with the Pandora's box, you have so many more options. But with Pandora's box is super easy, plug and play, and this also when you're going to do some modding and cable up, it's easy to do. But with the Raspberry Pi 4, you have so much more options, but you need to have some knowledge. So like ETA Prime makes a lot of these tutorials, how you need to set up things like updating controllers, you name it. He makes all such kind of tutorials. Let's say if you want more, check out this channel by the way. But okay, so let's take a close look at some emulation. How is it even all working on the Raspberry Pi 4? Build Blue is a game that doesn't run perfectly on the Super Console X and has a lot of issues on many Pandora's boxes. By the way, it is not even supported by many Pandora's boxes. But if you're really like into this autonomous wave stuff, that's what I like about the Raspberry Pi. It has so much potential, especially the number 4. Next up, Mega Drive. Let's play a weird homebrew game. Did make a review about the cartridge on my Brain Fart channel. This game makes no sense whatsoever. But when it comes to this 8-bit, 16-bit stuff, Atari, Commodore 64, they all run fine. And what I find always very interesting, when it comes to, let's say, the Chinese are knocking off like Super NES, Sega Mega Drive versions, the sound is always messed up. But with a Raspberry Pi 4, you don't have any issues. I just want to go straight into PlayStation Portable, and the reason why is because PlayStation Portable is most Pandora's boxes have just a big issue with it. But it seems to be that most of the games are playable. It depends also what kind of game. Simply because some games are better supported with the emulator you're using than the other one. Surprisingly, Wipeout does run very well on this device. And I must say, it's a big improvement over Raspberry Pi number 3. I think most Pandora's boxes doesn't even run this game. Or cheap Android boxes. And of course I fly right up in the mines. But I had a shield and I didn't use it. Rainford! But I need to point out that the frame skipping was set to 1. And that's the reason why it did run way better than most Pandora's boxes. But I just wanted to point it out. Okay, so next up, for arcade made Mortal Kombat 2. Normally I was testing Mortal Kombat 1, but when I have the chance I always wanted to test out Mortal Kombat 2 or 3. Oh crap, I completely forgot how cheesy the computer was. And of course... Oh man, that was really bad. I knew it. So next up, what is quite interesting with the Pi, nowadays we're going to get the Redeem emulator as a backend. And what I like about it, the Redeem is a super good emulator to play some, of course, Sega Dreamcast games. Has a great compatibility and a lot of games are running very good in combination with the Pi4 mainboard. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah, can we not skip? Oh yeah. Give you a hand. Your destination for this job is Key West. And we're still loading. Get there on time. Ready? Go! Good morning, New York. 1110 KR58 Super Express Truckers Network. Here's our first song to wake you up. Here we go. Okay, so we can see that this game runs pretty good. But the Raspberry Pi, is it still something you should pick up in 2022? When you're looking at the compatibility, what you can do with it, think about like if you want to use a dual screen or you just want to say like, hey, I want to use this in an arcade machine. There are so many cool things you can do with it. I'm, let's say, the biggest fan of Raspberry Pi in general, but I've seen some awesome things, including light gun support. And that's what I like about it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of the Raspberry Pi. Are you still using it or should you like Like, should you pick it up? That is something you need to decide. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become the Wicked family, and it would be great to see you in the next video.